I'm just telling you, if you want to come to China, what do you want to do with your life?
I think I made the right decision when I came here. What makes it good though?
If you want to go and work, if you want to use education as a means to work and go to Europe, go to Canada, go to Australia, go to USA, don't come to China. China, if you come as a student, you are a student. You can't fool the system. They are strict.
Well, for one, I've had a blast here. I've enjoyed my time here, so I think that from that perspective, it's already paid off.
Unlike common higher education destinations such as USA, UK, Canada, which have many written pieces for master students and alumni covering their experience at university, very little is known about living and studying in China as an international student. Many people opt for studying in China because of generous scholarships offered, as well as because of the opportunity to immerse themselves in the Mandarin-speaking environment. International students are driven by the push of their own motivation rather than an outside pull in choosing China as a destination for their studies.
I've been in China for 3 years now, studying Western pharmacy. I'm actually majoring in Western pharmacy and I'm minoring in Chinese medicine at Anhui University of Traditional Chinese Medicine.
I think this would be my 4th year, and I am currently studying Chinese medicine. Well, my main interest was to learn about Chinese medicine. That's the main goal I had when I came here. I wanted to learn about it and study it, and hopefully whatever I could get from that, like whatever techniques or practices I could learn from Chinese medicine, I could probably bring them back or to the rest of the world so that it's more normalized outside of China.
I actually had a basic background of the program I'm doing right now, so I needed to further it up. And comparatively to my home country, I realized that it was so difficult to get admission, and also the fees, the tuition and all that was actually a problem. But the school I had in China actually waived a part of the tuition and accommodation, so I was like, oh, okay, it's cool. Let me just, pounce on it. And that was the reason why I decided to come to China.
I really like it here. Like, it's very safe, it's very comfortable. I like the people here. I like the experiences I've had meeting people here. So far, it's great. Like, there's many benefits. I can't really think of many flaws.
I think that when it comes to expectations, you don't have to have entitlement. Every day is a discovery. Every day you get to know things that you've never known before. You meet new people, you have new perspectives and all that. So it's progressive.
For one, I really like how cheap most things are here. Like the Chinese economy is pretty strong in the sense that the price of things is not as high as the prices in my country.
So far so good. Of course, I came here to pursue this course, and I'm in my final year. Yeah. So I'm getting to meet up with new expectations, even different from the ones that I had before I came to China.
For one, studying in my country is impermissibly expensive. It's super expensive. And I am afraid that if if I had stayed in my country, it would have been very likely that I might have not been able to continue my studies into higher education. That would have been a pretty big problem. If the financial aspect is one big factor in studying here.
So I think that it's progressive, and I wouldn't say, oh, come on, they have all been met and all that. It's progressive. Sometimes, you get some changes somewhere and you would have to update it. So.
I also think, I wouldn't say that their education is way better than the education in my country. It's just more standardized. In my country, we have the problem where we have privatized education. So the most expensive universities are going to be on the highest ranks, and the state universities are also going to be in the highest ranks.
The exposure I've had, people from different backgrounds, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, even part of Africa that they have very different culture. Coming to meet them over here, it's a great kind of step to learn something new. So
the more expensive ones are more difficult to get into because they're more expensive. The public ones have more competition, so only a limited amount of students get in every year, so you need way higher grades in order to make it. And everything that is below those two levels is considerably low quality, and it's very difficult to get hired for any work positions if you have a resume that comes from certain schools that are in my country.
Academic wise, there's a saying in our Akan language that if you haven't gone to someone's farm, you think that you are the best farmer in the world. So meeting people from different academic points of view, you realize that, hey, my guy, if we pull up, you know.
But in China, like, it's whatever university you get into here, most of them are going to be good, and whenever anyone reads that you studied here in your curriculum, then they're gonna recognize it as, okay, this person has like a decent education. It's a little bit more prestigious than in my country.
Yeah, I think that the professors and the doctors, that's your teachers that are helping you to advance your course and do your course. They are not, really interested in you failing. They want to push you to achieve what you want to do. So they are always trying to help you to do the best out of your time. In my country, you actually find a teacher or a lecturer fail you because he had it difficult, so you have to also get failed a couple of times before you succeed and all that. But here it's not like they will just help you to go through it. If you have any questions, they are always there to help you. They just love book. People will always tell you that, Masa, it was not easy for me, so you have to fail a couple of times before you are able to pass out. So
I think I really love this city. I love where I am. So I would like to stay for as long as they let me.
I wouldn't want to stay here for long. I'm the type of person that I like to explore other cultures. I like to travel around, and so I think that I've had a fair knowledge and experience of Asia.
I want to study here. I want to finish my education here, and I want to work here if it's allowed to me, of course, because conditions in my country are not great right now. I don't know if there's any other safer places that I could be living at the moment. If I start thinking about, I don't know, moving to Europe or stuff like that, there's political situations over there that I don't think are very stable.
So I would like to also try and see into other perspective, other places and all that. I love exploring culture, so that is my personal kind of motivation.
If I stay in South America, the economies of most of the countries in South America are constantly, getting worse and collapsing in a certain sense. For me, this is the best place to be, and this is where I like to live my life.
This is a very frequent question that you hear most people try to get from other students in China if they are to advise people coming from Africa to study and all that. But I think that the answer is in the question. I just want to ask you watching me that, what do you want to do with your life?
Anything that would make me not want to stay here, it would be stuff like more like bureaucracy stuff, like, I don't know, maybe not being allowed a work visa, or not being allowed to get a job or anything like that.
Why do you want to become an international student? So you see, we have to get it from there. Somebody is coming to China to study because he thinks China is like Europe. So when he comes as a student, he will stop school and go and work and send money back home. I went online. I wanted to further my education. I got to school, they gave me a package, and they told me that, hey man, this is your scholarship details. You are a student, you are not a worker.
Like, it would have to be a financial problem, because as is, the condition of the country is pretty good, and I like the living standard. I don't think that there's a lot of things that would make me want to move out, really.
My decisions have always been a good decision. And this particular one that I had to come to China was a great decision. And I don't ever regret it. You would come up with a couple of hurdles in life, but you have to just, be a man to go through them. And that wouldn't be the reason why I would say that I had a bad choice or I had a bad decision to make of coming to China.